Okay, so you guys today are going to work on Works Cited. The first thing you need to do is open up your Holocaust research writing. So you should have your whole paper in front of you. If you are with a partner, only one person needs to do this. Go to the very last word. So put your cursor there at the last word. Your works cited is going to go on its own separate page. And so, what I think is easier than just hitting enter, 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 because that can format it weird, is if you go to insert, you should see a button that says break. And if you hit page break, it will instantly take you to a brand new page. So, you should start there. Once you have done that, you need to have works cited written in the top, right in the middle, and it should be Times New Roman 12. So start there. It does not need to be bolded, it should not be underlined. It should look exactly like that. From there, what you are going to do to create your citations on the works cited page is I left you a formula on Google Classroom. So let me pull up that formula. It will be right on your agenda for today. I told students it might be helpful to copy that and then paste it up at the top like this, and then you can use that to reference as you build your citations. If you are using EasyBib, NightCite, or any of the citation generators, oftentimes it does it incorrectly. And to me, it's easy to just use this formula to plug all your information in. So again, if you are using one of those generators, you need to cross-reference that it's correct, because oftentimes it is not correct. It'll put commas where I don't want commas. It will put the publisher in there a few times. It'll basically just put useless information. So my suggestion would be, if you use it, use this as well. Otherwise, don't even go with the citation generator and just kind of plug and chug the information. So you are going to start with author last name and first name. You can see that this student had an author. The author was Aaron Blackmore. So Blackmore will go first, comma, Aaron. From there, you do the title of the source. So what was the article title? You'll notice that it's also in quotation marks. So make sure you do that. It's very specific. Following that, you need to go to publisher. Publisher just means what website did it come from. I'm actually going to pull this website up to show you really quickly. Let's see if it pops up. I'm assuming it is this one. Yes. Okay, so my suggestion for you when looking for the publisher is look in the top left corner of your website. Right here it says history. And the way you can check that is if you go up into the URL, usually the URL is the publisher name too, because it's the organization that released the information. So I see history, and then I come up here and I see history.com. That to me means that that's my publisher. So she has history written. That's great. Next thing, after publisher, it says year published. I go back here and I can see that it was published in 2017. So she puts 2017. She's correct. If you don't have a publishing date and you just have an updated date, like when it was last edited, you can put that date as well. And then you will put a shortened URL, which if you go here, you can see how long that was. She can pretty much just chop it after the .org or the .com, which she did. So her first citation is totally correct. You will see that I skipped page numbers. That's because almost every website, you're not going to find page numbers. So most of you are going to skip that one. When I go down to the next citation, there is no author. Like I'm looking right here, it says author, last name, first name. She starts with the article title. That is because that website didn't have an author. So if you do not have an author, you can skip the author. You will have an article title. Every website will have an article title. So you can see she has Hitler in Power. That's her article title. From there, you go to publisher. Her publisher was Facing History and Ourselves. Year published, it looks like it was published in 2016. And then again, it's a website, so it's not going to have page numbers. So we're going to skip that, and we're going to go right to the shortened URL. So we've got that as well. And then she had one third one. She had an author. She had her article title. She had her publisher, date, and URL. I'm going to now delete this so that it looks totally correct. Her page looks perfect. The only other things to keep in mind, if you, like I said, if you don't have an author, skip the author, go straight to article title. If you do not have a year then a year published, you will always have a publisher. If you don't have a year, you don't have page numbers, you're going to skip those. You will always have an article title, you will always have a publisher, and you will always have a URL. So make sure if you have your citations that you at least have those three things. Last little section is just about formatting. It should be in alphabetical order once you put them all in there. It goes by either author last name or by the article title, so go in alphabetical order. And then if your citation goes to 2 lines, like this one did, you are going to take the second line and you are going to tab it over. My suggestion for that is if you go to the first line, you hit enter, and then you hit tab, it will tab it over. For some reason, Google Docs isn't very, it doesn't work very well. So try that. And then all of the different citations should be flush. There should be no extra spaces in between. I think that's it. If you guys have questions, let me know. You need to have all of your paragraphs done and your works cited page done by the next time I see you for homework points.